Mientkiewicz did throw A-Rod under the bus this past year. It was pretty funny, and finally he wanted to break whatever he thought. Him and A-Rod were best friends, and now all of a sudden he threw his best friend under the bus. What were your thoughts when Mientkiewicz on a podcast just said, screw A-Rod, he's a piece of garbage?
You never have to worry about how Dougie feels because he's going to tell you. It doesn't matter if it's controversial, doesn't matter if it's all to the good, but you never have to worry about where Doug stands. You never have to worry about what Doug feels. And you got to love the guy. He's there for the world to see. There's no hiding.
There's no definitely hiding. You want to speak about somebody that's in the public eye, go after A-Rod, my best friend. For years, when they actually had a chance to play with the Yankees, he was like, oh, this guy, he's a great guy. He's this, he's that. And all of a sudden, their careers are over, and he's on a podcast. Screw this guy. He's a piece of garbage. He's a terrible teammate. I thought it was hilarious.
I did too. When I first saw the article, I was like, oh my God. But then when I started reading it, I'm like, yep, that's Dougie.
We were talking about steroids, and you said you play baseball clean. And we've had a lot of ex-baseball players on the show that have told us steroids should be allowed in baseball because it's 162 games. The fans come to see these guys play, and with some people doing steroids, it kept them on the field. What are your thoughts as a former player when it comes to steroids?
Hey, man, to each his own. I could care less what another person has to do to get ready to play, if that's what it takes for you to get ready to play. The greenies, steroids, whatever it takes for you to get on the field, ADD, the ADHD, whatever medication, whatever you need to take to get you ready to play, dude, I could care less.
And that's what I love about a lot of these ex-baseball players, because they've been on the show and they were adamant that a lot of the craziness that happened in the night, I mean, steroids saved baseball. Mark McGwire, Sammy Sosa saved baseball after that strike. And it was all because of Bud Selig on why that strike even happened, because the guy's a complete idiot. He's a salesman. He tried to sell something that nobody was going to buy, including the fans, including the owners of baseball. It put baseball in a position to lose a lot of money and lose a lot of fans. And it took Mark McGwire and Sammy Sosa and driving that baseball that year that set baseball apart from all the other sports.
Dude, they even made a commercial about it. Chicks dig the long ball. Remember that whole slogan campaign?
That's right.
If anyone says that they didn't enjoy baseball around that time, they're lying because it was alive. It was it was a home run chase. Two guys, and then it was a great time. It was a great time to watch baseball.
And Mike Trout, who said he would never do steroids even if he could use it, and he said that anybody that uses steroids should be banned from baseball completely. It's so funny because the guy can't stay on the field, and if he actually did steroids, he would never miss a game. Mike, I love you, dude. You're a great player, one of the greatest players of this era. To me, you need some steroids. You want me to send you some human growth hormones? I'll send you a personal trainer. They'll help you. The Yankees will send you a bunch of them. They know how to do it.
I thought you said he was going to get traded to the Mets.
Well, the Mets, their personal trainers stink.
I don't know. The Yankees this year weren't much better.
Well, you're probably right on that. Aaron Boone, maybe he'll inject you in the ass.
It was a bad year for New York sports.
Oh, please. It's always a bad year for New York sports.
The toughest pitcher you ever faced against, and then your favorite play or moment in your career.
Actually, it was two guys because I was a combined 1 for 40. Was Kenny Rogers and Mark Buehrle. Mark Buehrle, he had the joystick to my PS5. I think fastball, he throws curveball. I think curveball, he throws changeup. I think changeup, he throws fastball. And it was a running joke between he and I. I finally got a hit. It was like a 39 hopper up the middle. He stopped the game. He asked me if I wanted the game ball. Because I was going nuts at first base. I finally got a hit off this guy. He called timeout and he motioned over to me. You want the ball? They're like, get out of here.
I bet you kept the ball.
I really didn't. I probably should have. But my favorite moment in the big leagues was Freddie Garcia and Johan Santana were locked in a pitcher's duel. They both had no hitters going into the 8th inning. And I hit an 0-2 breaking ball from Freddie to straightaway center for a homer, and we ended up winning 1-0.
What was it with the Yankees? When you guys played them in the playoffs, you can never, ever beat them in the playoffs. It didn't matter who was your pitcher. Johan Santana, anybody. You couldn't beat the Yankees.
Milton, yeah. I'd have to take a page from Pedro Martinez's book and say the Yankees were our daddy.
Don't tell Derek Jeter that.
2 years in a row, we won the first game. In control of the second game in both years. And the ghost of Yankee Stadium got us in New York, and it got us in Minnesota. It wasn't just us. It carried on for a couple years after that because the other guys couldn't beat the Yankees. I just summed it up as the Yankees were our daddies.
If you like to see ghosts, we can reach out to Sam Darnold. He can help you.
We can go to the P. Pfister Hotel in Milwaukee. They got plenty of ghosts there.
That's true.